It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo, welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your good buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house. Brian Dacus is hanging around. We got Colin Connor, CCR. I like CCR. Clear called it.
Good band.
It's a great band, man. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But we're all hanging out with you. Plus, we have Gabe Kuhn today. How long's it been since you have a nooner with Gabe Kuhner?
1 week.
Ask his friends. A lot of nooners with Gabe Kuhner. Today we got that. And David Cobb. Do you know David Cobb?
D. Cobb. Went to ECS, Evangelical Christian School.
Did he really?
I believe so.
Wait, how do you know that?
I actually don't know how I know that, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
You make me think that you're a stalker.
Oh, that's right. I did stalk him for a while, and that's how I figured it out.
Do you know I was on 10? You know that David Cobb, the only day I was late to work? Like, I drove in from Pickwick today, okay? I was wakeboarding at 6 a.m. There were, let's just say there were ladies on the beach, is what we would call it. There was a sun coming up. It was a beautiful morning. By the way, happy 4th of July, America. Hey, by the way, Jay, let me see how smart you are. I'm first in earth, second in heaven. You see me twice a week, but once in a year. And I live in the middle of the sea.
It's the letter E.
Dude, you do listen to me. That's kind of scary. Do you ever think that you'll be a Jonathan?
What's that?
That's like a new religion I'm trying to start, where everybody listens to me, and we just...
I like it.
You like it? Do you think it's going to work?
Yeah, it's a bit cultish, but just make sure you have good selling points and things of that nature.
Look, I ain't going to end up in, what's that place in Texas where they burn everybody up?
Burning Man.
No, that was
Austin City Limits.
Nope, not that either. You know what? We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I hope everybody has had a blessed and wonderful 4th of July weekend. It was a great weekend. Did you know there was tennis on TV?
Yeah.
Did you watch any of it?
Fantastic.
Joker's come back.
Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Dacus, I can hear him over there talking about, tennis. He's coming out of his pants. It's ridiculous. His shirt's about to come off. He's like, he's like, what's his name?
Novak Djokovic.
Djokovic. He looks so good in his white little T-shirt. You should see him hitting the ball on grass. Dude, it's tennis, man. Is this really important?
Brian says yes, but it sounds like you say no, John. So we'll have to maybe the listeners. That's a good text line for the listeners. Text us. Does it matter? Does Wimbledon matter? Yes or no? Does tennis matter? I'm sorry, not just Wimbledon. Does tennis matter? Yes or no?
I don't know if you know this, but you know what tennis is for? And this is going to sound so disrespectful, and I mean it respectful, because I would love to be one of these tennis girls. But it's basically what you do in the afternoon while your husband is at work, so you feel like you did something that afternoon before you cook dinner. Is that wrong?
Maybe.
Wait. No, I'm kidding. You know I love women. I have 2 daughters. I don't want them playing tennis. I do want them playing tennis because that means they married a rich guy and their life is good, right? Really good. Really, really good. By the way, I don't know if you know this. MLB was the worst weekend I've ever seen in my entire life. The Padres, they lost yesterday.
The Friars.
What's that mean?
That's Friars is like what a padre would be. It's like a monk of sorts.
What is
right?
a padre?
It's like a monk. It's like a Spanish word for. It's like that's what.
Wait, are you telling me that the most religious team in America is San Diego?
Possibly so, yes.
They're the Friars, and that's a religious monk.
I believe it's Catholic, right?
I think it is Catholic.
Yeah.
Hey, watch this. Do you remember Sammy Sosa?
I do.
Dude, he would go up, down, cross, blow that thing out.
Hit a lot of home runs.
A lot of home runs. I liked him. And by the way, dude, who cares that he did steroids? Does it really bother you?
No
What
skin
about
off
Mark
my neck.
McGwire? I don't know if you know this. I would love to give our modern day baseball players a ton of steroids and HGH. Could you imagine what Trey Turner would be like on HGH?
Slower.
Slower?
I don't know if that's true. I just said something.
Dude, he'd be better. Could you imagine Bryce Harper yoked up on roids? Like, man, I miss the days back when the times were easier, when you could do steroids.
Home run race.
Dude, do y'all know Big Mac?
I know Big Mac Land.
Big Mac Land is still out there.
Still out there.
Paul Goldschmidt hit it twice in one game. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. And
He did not.
people knock out the letters every once in a while.
Every
too.
once in a while. But anyway, I just miss the days of just where like baseball players could just do tons of roids. Mariners Padres play today at 3:10. And by the way, Bryant Dacus, the skinniest guy I know, he works at a gym. Like, does he feel like an idiot because he
I don't
can't
think
even
so.
lift 5 pounds?
No, he could lift a little bit. I've seen him in the gym. He's work. He's work. You know, John, you have to start somewhere, and you can only go up from there.
But dude, Brian Dacus is like 20-something years old.
That's right. Well, so, not everyone starts lifting when they're in high school or young and stuff like that. Different strokes for different folks, John.
I don't know if
But
you
he
know
started in
this.
high school, he said.
He did. You did. Oh, so Bryant Dacus actually lifted weights before he actually came to work here.
He was a wide receiver on the Houston football team.
He didn't play.
Yeah, he did. He led the league led the city in receptions.
Hey, who was your coach?
Will Hudgens.
Oh my God, Will. Me and Will. Hey, Julia, what's up? Me and Will said hello. Will Hudgens was your coach. What
Love
about
Will.
what about Mr. Thomas?
He was our defensive coordinator. He's the head coach now.
Did you know that I used to have to stick my hands in his keister,
I do know
and he
that,
was
yes.
sweaty, nasty. The top of my knuckles were ridiculous.
Because you were the gunslinger.
Well, I was the quarterback.
The gunslinger. You had a chooch.
I did. I had a gun, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a gun. But anyway, enough about you losers. Hope
That
y'all
was
had-
about you, John.
No, it really wasn't. Happy 4th of July. I hope everybody had a great one. It's the 5th of July. It's Tuesday. People are going back to work. Today we have Mike Clevenger. He's pitching for the Padres, which is a religious thing that I found out today. I thought a Padre was...
So Padre means father in Spanish, but father, as you know, is also
I've
what you would
never
call.
thought of like what a Padre was.
And so father is what you would call like a preacher or priest, I guess, in Catholicism, and so a friar is another word for like a monk you would call father. So that's why I call them the friars. The friars also are
Je
the monks.
m'appelle Jean, comment allez-vous?
That's French.
This guy is so smart. I don't even know what to do with him. But the Mariners, they're trash. They won yesterday. I'm sick of them. Yesterday was the worst baseball day of gambling in the history of the world. Oh, we had a 11 o'clock, actually 10 o'clock game. It was the Marlins yesterday. Nice.
Walk off though in the extras. Brian De La Cruz.
Yes. Brian De La.
He started really hot. He's a rookie this year. He started really hot. I don't know if it's actually his first full season for sure. I don't know if he's actually a rookie, but
It was 10 innings, man.
it was 10 innings. But he started hot. He's been kind of struggling on the struggle buses of late. But maybe last night's home run is what gets him out of that
I don't know.
slump.
Can I tell you something, though? Did you see Juan Soto the night before hurt his calf?
It's too bad. And he's declined the extensions from the Nationals
did.
twice now.
Let me tell you something. I don't blame him, to be honest with
How
you.
could you?
Would you not want to leave? DC is such a trash cesspool,
Well, and they're just losing a lot too.
and their baseball team is bad as well. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to be there. But Juan Soto did not do anything but come in there. He pinch hit. He didn't do jack. It was an amazing game. Marlins won. And then last night we had nothing but treats upon treats upon treats. Did you know that the Reds beat the Braves?
The Reds beat the Braves?
Was that Saturday?
Yeah, the Cardinals played the Braves yesterday. The Reds are playing
the Braves
Mets.
beat the Brakes. Yeah, the Braves beat
Dak
the Brakes.
is
That was right.
Dak's on the struggle bus big time now.
Well, can I ask you something? How is it that the Cardinals go out there and play like trash all weekend? Then they go play the Braves this weekend.
Pitching staff would be my answer. Bryant, you have an answer?
I agree.
Pitching staff. We have 2 pitching staffs in here. Atrocious pitching staffs. Can't get out of this hole fast enough.
So Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman, they can't do jack. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, they're scoring. I mean, they're doing some scoring. They just can't keep runs off the board is the biggest problem right now.
Yeah. Cardinals lost 6-3 to the Braves yesterday. It was an ugly game. Swanson, by the way, had a 3-run double to help them out. By the way,
Cleared the bases. Back-to-back doubles to lead off.
What did I tell you earlier this year? Dansby moving into the second hole.
Huge.
Huge. It's huge. It's huge. Right?
I agree.
Do you know who says huge?
Who?
Donald Trump, man.
Oh,
Huge. It's huge. Do you know he wears a merkin?
he does?
Yeah. Do you think that he wore a special one yesterday for America's birthday?
Maybe he dyed red, white, and blue.
Make America great again. How'd the Blue Jays lose to the Athletics? Was it a thrown baseball game?
You know what? I think so.
I know so. It's absolutely impossible for the Toronto Blue Jays with their lineup to play that bad of baseball. It was embarrassing. It was sad. It was ridiculous. They have Springer, Bichette. They have Vladdy Dottie likes to potty. They have Teoscar Hernandez. All kinds of people out there who are supposed to be doing good things, but they didn't. Now, we have a big busy show today. I hope my family is not listening because I don't like them that much.
You don't just like them, you love them.
Thank you. You put that in the nicest way.
Kick, save, and a butte.
Kick what?
Kick, save, and a butte.
Is that a soccer term?
Hockey.
Oh, it's a hockey term?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Ric Flair is a wrestler?
That's right.
He doesn't play hockey, though.
No, he doesn't.
Do you know Brittany Griner?
I do.
She doesn't play hockey.
She doesn't.
Do you know that she's in jail?
She is, yeah.
In Russia.
That's got to be terrible.
Could you imagine being in a Russian prison right now?
Luckily, no, I can't.
I mean, you've done some bad things in your life, right?
Nah, I mean, not really.
Like never been arrested?
No, I've done some things. But
I've been arrested. I'm gonna be honest. I've stole a taxi. It happens. Things happen, okay?
Not
it's
in
America.
Not in Russia, though.
Could you imagine stealing a taxi in Russia? And by the way, how come there's not more people stealing taxis? They're drinking vodka for water. Like, did you know vodka means, like, in Russian, it's life water?
Is that right?
Yeah, that's why
believe it.
Tito's is my favorite drink every day, all day long.
But it's distilled in Austin, Texas, not in Russia.
Dude, I don't drink Russian vodka anymore. They invaded Ukraine. I'm like, ugh, please, Smirnoff, trash. Tito's. If life hands you lemons, will you do me a favor? Will you just make a lemon drop? Just make sure it's made with Tito's handmade vodka. It's distilled in Austin, Texas. Tito Beverage came up with the recipe. He made it 100% gluten-free by making it corn. I'm telling you, man, right now, it's a beautiful Tuesday, the day after America's birthday. Life has handed you lemons, or maybe a hangover. So do me a favor. Go make a lemon drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Hey, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Do you know who the box is?
Who?
It's kind of like the map in Dora the Explorer. Oh, no. You're going to have to ask me questions. Deal with it. I'm in the box. Look at this guy. Scared to death.
John, we will continue our preview of our early preview of college football today. And I think the conference of choice today has to be the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference. So let's start first, John, in the whatever division this is. This would be the not the Atlantic, the Coastal Division is the other one, not the Pacific. The Coastal Division of the Atlantic Coast Conference, John. Is the favorite in the Coastal, is it Pitt, Miami, or North Carolina?
It's got to be Pitt. I mean, they just got rid of a quarterback who had tiny hands, right?
That's what they say.
And they lost their best wide receiver, right?
I think so.
So, therefore, you lost tiny hands, your best wide receiver, and Pitt is actually... Wait a second. Are you saying that in the preseason polls, they're picked first?
Are they?
I'm asking you. You're the one who brought
It looks
Pitt.
like it. I believe they are.
Dude.
Yeah, they're in. No, I'm sorry. Miami, according to SP Plus, which is an ESPN ranking system, Miami is ranked 14th. Pittsburgh is ranked 19th. So it looks like Miami would be ESPN's favorite right now to win the Coastal Division.
And you brought this up for 100% reason, and I know why. Because they got the new #1 offensive lineman
That's
out
right.
of high school.
That's right, new offensive tackle.
Oh, he's so good. Let me tell you something. He ain't going to play for 3 years. Do you know what fat people do? They eat. And they got to eat more and more. Did you see Jeff Saturday back when he played
He's
football?
a big guy.
Do you know how hard it is to get that fat?
Oh, yeah.
Are you working on it? I mean,
I'm not.
Connor's working on it, I can tell.
I'm not working on it
He's
yet.
over there drinking like a whiskey and tea. Looks like a Bailey's Irish coffee.
Is that right?
If it is, come here and see me, Connor. No, but man, dude, Mario Cristobal, the fact that they got like a #1 offensive lineman. If anybody thinks Miami, like you like TVD,
I do.
you love VD though.
Yeah,
So you're gonna take anything you can get, right?
sure.
Why is it that you like Miami so much?
I just think it's a fun program. The U is back to work.
Do you think Warren Sapp's walking through that door?
No, but he
Is
has
Ken
been
Dorsey walking through that door?
on. No, he's not.
What about well, you know what? I was gonna say McGahee or
Willis McGahee.
Gore.
Frank Gore.
but dude, neither one of them walked out of Miami. They both limped and had surgery.
Yeah, but Frank Gore had a long career to put on top of it.
And by the way, let's be honest, Willis McGahee had the worst teeth I've ever seen. If you were a dentist and you were watching television, who more would you want to work on? Willis McGahee or Michael Strahan?
I knew it was the other one was going to be Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan has good teeth, though.
I know,
he just
I
has a
know.
gap.
Did you see the joke where he put his teeth together and nobody he wouldn't be on TV if his teeth were together?
Really?
Yeah, it's a fact.
He's an entertaining guy, though.
Boston College and Jeff Hardy, Halfley, what's the name?
The
Jeff
Boston
Halfley.
College coach?
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know.
It's
Look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's Jeff, and I think it starts with an H.
Jeff Halfley.
I told you that. What did I say?
Jeff Halfley.
Do you know? I don't know if you know this, but every once in a while, a blind squirrel gets
Oh,
it
you're a
done.
football guy. I expect you to know it.
Oh, you expect me to know it?
Yeah, I mean, you know all about this stuff. That's why I'm asking you these questions, John.
Let me just explain to you. Expectations do nothing but make for disastrous. Don't expect anything.
Okay.
Just appreciate it when it comes to you.
Will. That's a good life advice, actually. John, my second question is about the Clemson Tigers. Let's move over to the whatever the other division is. Did promoting within the Clemson organization help fix the Clemson offense?
No, it did not. I don't know if you know, Dabo Swinney is trash. Have you not seen what he's done? He made a national championship rapist, massage therapist, masochist, nastiest, Deshaun Watson. And I don't know if you heard this, the NFL doesn't look like they're going to punish him for a whole season. It looks like the Cleveland Browns might not have poo-pooed on themselves somehow.
I think there was a report last week, too, that said that they don't think he'll play any games for the Browns. So maybe.
Yes, as of yesterday, Jay.
No, but I'm saying, do you think that means that he might go to another team?
No, as of yesterday. You haven't been paying attention, have you?
No, actually not.
Deshaun Watson is expected to play at least half the season.
Wow.
He might miss 8 games.
Wow.
You know why?
Because of the raping the massage therapists?
Well, no. I mean, he's going to miss that. I mean, 66 women, 24 counts. He's already paid off 20 of them. He's going to get this thing taken care of. But the point is, the NFL doesn't care about women. It says, not women for long. That's what NFL means.
Is that right?
Yes. No females allowed. I don't know.
You were much closer that time.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, that one was, you got the NF. You didn't add another one, but allowed starts with an A. That would be NFA.
Nasty female losers?
Yeah, there you go. They nailed it.
Dude,
Only
that's what
3
the
tries
NFL
it takes.
And let me tell you something, and this is the reason that they're going to be in trouble. I have daughters. I got mom. I got a mom. I don't have mom.
We all do.
By the way, a lot of people out there have two moms, right?
Sure. I don't know about a lot, but plenty do.
I mean, like, are your parents still married?
They are.
So my parents are still married and your parents are still married?
And Connor's.
No way.
3 for 3?
That's what's wrong with us.
Is
Like,
that-
if we had, like, a stepmom on the side, dude, we'd be a lot better off.
Oh, yeah?
Trust
2
me.
Christmases.
Dude, more than 2 Christmases. Actually, you know, your real mom doesn't even love you that much. She just looks at you in despair.
That's sad.
Oh, what was the point that I was bringing up?
We were talking about if Clemson's offense is back.
Oh, Clemson's offense is horrible. Did you say DJU last year?
DJ Uyungale.
Ooh, no, it's Ooga lugga la 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 la.
I think there's a few more. Connor says I pronounce it wrong too, though. He says it's ukulele.
It's not a ukulele, bro.
I thought
That's
it was
a Hawaiian.
Uyungale.
It's a fruit in Hawaii.
I
Actually,
think it's a guitar.
it's a flute. I
I think
think.
it's a guitar.
It's a guitar. It's the little one, right?
Four-string guitar.
4 strings. By the way, I got 5 fingers. I need more than 4 strings,
right.
man. Dude, little ukuleles, they're so trash.
Last but not least, John, is Wake Forest defense an issue or a catastrophe?
It's a catastrophe. You know, Chris Paul couldn't play defense when he went to Wake
That's
Forest.
basketball, though.
He's the trashiest defensive player in the history of the NBA. They want to talk about him being a top 5 point guard. I have seen literally women in full-grown dresses on Peaky Blinders play better defense than Chris Paul. But yet, everybody wants to talk about Wake Forest. Now, let me tell you about their football team. Chris Paul couldn't play free safety because he's trash and he couldn't stop somebody.
Dave Clawson, though, running the claw fence.
Oh, here we go. Dave Clawson.
The claw fence, man.
What about the defense?
That's what I was asking you about. Is it an issue or a catastrophe?
It's more than a catastrophe.
But their claw fence is good, though.
I don't know if you remember where he coached.
Is
before.
Sam Hartman coming? Bowling Green, they were really good. And then he was the offensive coordinator at Tennessee as well.
I just want to tell you a secret.
Dave Clawson running the claw fence.
Do you know what being the best in Kentucky is?
Bourbon.
You're right.
Hot chicken.
Their
Fried
hot,
chicken.
Dude, their hot chicken is trash. Let's be real.
KFC.
Go to Gus's. Like, seriously. Like, free love. Like, would you actually eat the chicken in Kentucky? I wouldn't. They have bluegrass. They have blue people from incest.
Blue Moons.
Do you remember the blue people? You didn't believe me at first. Remember that?
I do.
I taught you that, didn't
Connor said Smurfs.
I? They are Smurf. And by the way, how do you think Papa Smurf and what's her name, Lady Smurf? The Smurfette. It's Smurfette.
Very Smurfette.
How do you think Papa and Smurfette made all those Smurfs?
But Smurfette was his daughter, right? Because she called him Papa.
Listen,
But you could also call
hey,
your man
Jay,
Papa.
Do me a favor, Jay. You figure this out. I'm gonna make you the man of the year. Deal?
Deal.
Deal. And I don't know if you know, but I'm hungry. All weekend long, I've been sitting down. Oh my goodness, I've been on the lake. I've been with my family. My family's nice and stuff. I like my brother.
You don't just like him, you love him.
I like my brother and my. Oh no, I'm talking about my brother Clint Blade. I can't stand. He's annoying. But I will tell you something. Do you know how much barbecue we had?
How much?
0. We ate hot dogs like Joey Chestnut, and it was disgusting. I watched him eat 63 of them. People interrupted him. I lost my bet. Number one, I'm very upset. T-Money and Brasky, they lied. Joey Chestnut came in there with an injury. His performance on 4th of July was the worst performance I've ever seen in my life. But I will tell you one thing. Joey Chestnut told me, he said as soon as he throws up all those hot dogs, the first place he's going is Central Barbecue. Because they have 4 locations, downtown, Central, Summer, the new one on Perkins. I'm telling you right now, man, Central Barbecue. Man, when life hands you lemons, eat barbecue. Central Barbecue is the best. And I don't know if you know this. You can mail it to people. EatCBQ.com. But I have found from research, do you know that most people go to EatCBQ.com and they mail barbecue to themselves? Can we be a better Memphis? Can we be a better America? It's the day after America's birthday. Can we ship some barbecue to some of these poor people? I mean, they might be rich, but I'm just saying they're poor because all they're eating is like, what is it? Nashville hot chicken? Is that what you called it?
Yeah.
Or Kentucky hot chicken?
Gross.
Who wants that? When you get ribs, pulled pork, wings, turnip greens, mac and cheese. Oh my goodness, Central Barbecue. It is simply the best. On the other side, we're going to talk a little college football, a little college basketball with David Cobb from CBSSports.com on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have damage to your home and have your insurance carrier involved, you need a great contractor. You also need a team that has seen claims of all shapes and sizes, residential or commercial. After our inspection, we'll share our findings and give you our professional opinion. Some people say you get what you pay for. However, our opinion is free. Trust the name you can depend on, like the tens of thousands of families Brian and I have served over the past 20 years here in the Mid-South. Brian Elder Roofing. We'll measure your roof from outer space and share our team's experience for your property and claim. Repaired roofs, replacement roofs, big roofs, tiny roofs, insurance roofs, flat roofs, TPO roofs, asphalt roofs, tile roofs, slate roofs, metal roofs. If your roof needs some love, call me. 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. Love your results or your money back. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan in the house. I got Colin. He's nice. Does things.
Connor.
Connor. Did I say Colin again?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to call you Colin? You know what? You should just go by Colin now. By now. Like, more people know you as Colin than Connor.
Do they?
I think so. I mean, like, people actually listen to the show. Like,
I think most people know him as Chris Wallace's son, though.
yeah, actually, I call him Chris Wallace's son. But he's so good looking, I think to myself, he looks like Colin Farrell. Is that guy like a real person?
Good actor. Colin Jost married to Scarlett Johansson.
He married Scarlett Johansson?
That's right.
For real?
They have a kid.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all just took me for a back. I was about to fire the kid. I know he's just a Anyway, we have to get into sports. I don't know if you know this, but David Cobb, he talks to me every once in a while for some reason. He's a nice guy. David Cobb, did you have a happy 4th?
I did, man. How about you?
I was wondering, did you eat 63 hot dogs?
Not quite, but with 69 maybe. But that was as many as I could get.
I don't know if you know this. Do you know who won? Do you know the most hot dogs ever eaten in the hot dog eating contest? Do you know how many they were?
Wasn't it like 75?
No, it was 127. But they had 60 minutes back then.
Oh my, that's the extra time would make a huge.
The extra time makes a big difference, but you know what the extra time does? It makes you think about what you're doing. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to shove one of these things down my throat. Like that is just dangerous. So
yeah, it's pretty sad too. That's the highlight of the sports world on July 4th in America. I mean, like there was some decent Major League Baseball on, but
no, that was trash baseball. Those were thrown baseball games. The July 4th was the worst day in my life watching baseball.
Wait, did you make some bad bets or like what happened?
I didn't make bad bets. I made great bets. They just threw baseball games. It wasn't my fault.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't your fault, of course.
I mean, Toronto getting their brains beat out last night. Please. It was thrown games. Now,
when I was gonna say when hot dog eating competition is the dominant item sports wise on the Twitter feed, you know it's a slow day in sports.
You know it is. Now I have a question for you because I'm sure you've been kind of busy. I don't know if you know this, but the Big Ten, they're trying to expand. They've gone from Trojan to Maxim. Is it Maximum or Maxim? What's the big one? Hey Jay, don't you use Safe Sex?
Sure.
It's a Maxim, right?
Yeah.
The Big Ten is going from East Coast to West Coast. Everybody in between. What's up with USC, UCLA, and who are they going to add next, David?
Yeah, that's a great question. It sounds like Notre Dame is the target, but not only for the Big Ten. Notre Dame is also the target for the SEC, and of course
and the ACC, bro.
Sure. And financially, the ACC would make the least sense, but Notre Dame does have a relationship with the ACC because every other Notre Dame sport, except for football, is a part of the ACC. So there is a relationship there already, and it would be a total game changer for the ACC if they could pull Notre Dame in, because then it would allow them to renegotiate their TV rights deal. And if the ACC is willing to cut Notre Dame a sweetheart type of deal, and give them a larger portion of the revenue from a revised contract, then perhaps that isn't as crazy as some people suggest. So it feels like Big Ten is the favorite for Notre Dame. But again, I think we're putting too much emphasis on geography when we make that assumption.
There's no geography anymore. It's from sea to shining sea. Isn't there a song, God Bless America, My Home, Sweet Home? Isn't that what the Big Ten's becoming? I mean, when you got Newark, New Jersey, all the way to, like, USC and stuff, I mean, like, you literally are taking over every single time zone, every single media market. Like, you're trying to go out there and just show that you are, like, the Jenna Jameson of Big Ten football.
Well, now that's a 6-hour flight. It's crazy. But, yeah, Notre Dame would make sense geographically. It has pre-existing relationships with some of those Big Ten schools, like Notre Dame plays some of them on a regular basis in football. But I think we're putting too much emphasis on geography because it's going to be the best deal for Notre Dame, or else they'll just stay independent. If a conference isn't willing to bend,
they can't stay independent. I have to interrupt you. I'm just saying, like right now with the way the landscape is, with all the money that's being tossed around, name, image, and likeness, you understand what's going on. Notre Dame, there's no way they can stay independent, correct?
Yeah, they can. I mean, because they're valuable enough, and they are. Unless, I mean, here's the only way that Notre Dame, I think, would ever even potentially lose its independence would be, or at least lose independence as a viable option, would be as if they entered a prolonged football downturn. Think Nebraska, think Tennessee, think something that almost spans a generation in terms of, time between them being really good and then them being really bad for a long time. And then they had to renegotiate a TV deal as interest in their product was faltering. I mean, then maybe it's like, all right, well, maybe we should go to a conference. But Notre Dame football is still, even though they haven't won a national title in a long time, it's still been a really good team, a really good program. And even in their down years back under Tyrone Willingham and back in the day in the early 2000s, like, they were still drawing eyeballs, and NBC was still paying them for that product. So they are in a very advantageous position. And so I think it's going to be if a conference can make a sweetheart deal for them. Because think about it, if you're the Big Ten and you really want Notre Dame, are you willing to anger Michigan? Are you willing to anger Ohio State by offering Notre Dame a larger cut of the pie in your league? I don't know, because that's, I think, what you might have to do to get them in there is to say, we're going to give Notre Dame preferential treatment and special treatment in this deal. I'm not so sure that that the other schools in the Big Ten would be down for that.
I was going to talk more conference, but you brought up Ohio State. You don't want to anger Ohio State. Ryan Day's been a great coach over there. Have you watched C.J. Stroud lately at all? Have you seen the way this kid flicks the ball with his wrist? Like the 11-on-11, whatever that Series 7 thing was.
Yeah, I've seen that footage. Yeah,
Woo.
He can sling it, man. I mean, I think most people would say he's the Heisman favorite, even though Bryce Young is back.
Well,
CJ
right now,
Stroud,
according to betting lines, Young is the favorite. I'm taking C.J. Stroud all day long, all day strong. Number one, he doesn't play against SEC defenses. He plays in the Big Loser, the Big Ten, I mean. And I feel like this kid could go out there and be the number one pick in the NFL draft next year.
Yeah, well, let's kind of
Pump our
see
brakes.
how he does. He's missing 2 first-round draft picks at receiver. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave moving on. So he's got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who most people think is the best wide receiver in the country. But we don't know a ton about how that offense is going to look without those 2 first-round picks at receiver. They've got guys who have plenty of talent, ton of stars. We know the running game should be stout, but is C.J. Stroud going to have enough targets to distribute the ball to? I think he will, but that's not just something that you just willy-nilly overcome, losing 2 first-round draft picks. Like, obviously they had a great Rose Bowl without those 2 receivers, but that was really before Jackson Smith and Jigba broke out. He broke out in that game. He's going to be the focal point of every opposing defense this season. So I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, it would just be the reasoning would be that there isn't a ton of proven production around C.J. Stroud, beyond that one premier top flight receiver.
Chris Carter smoked crack and caught for 1,250 yards and 14 touchdowns. Remember that, okay? Ohio State, he didn't have C.J. Stroud throwing the football. So I just feel like the wide receivers there, please. Ohio State's going to dominate, and they play this loser team called Michigan. What is Mr. Harbaugh going to do in year number 2 after having an unbelievable year last year?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Michigan kind of cycles back down because
are they going to fire him yet or not?
Well, no, because I mean, he just took them to the playoff, and they've put up with a lot of crap from him over a fairly lengthy tenure at this point. So I don't think I see Michigan firing Jim Harbaugh. I think because of who he was there as a player, he's always going to be one of those guys with a longer leash, and so he's going to flirt with the NFL. He's going to do his thing. He's going to be quirky and weird, but they're not going to fire him because he's their guy, So, but they have questions to answer. I mean, Michigan loses its offensive coordinator, Josh Gaddis, and now they've got a quarterback battle again on their hands here. And if that running game isn't as stout, isn't as strong in the year ahead after losing, they lose Hassan Haskins, who was their best back last year, I could see Michigan regressing a little bit. I mean, their schedule is pretty easy out of conference, but I'm not sure they're a lock to be back in the CFP by any stretch. I would fully anticipate Ohio
State. The CFP,
State.
the College Football Playoff.
Yeah.
I love that CFP. See, me and Jay been trying to figure out. Do we call it the Final Four of football? CFP. Do you like that, Jay?
Sure.
Yeah, there's Jay. He's very, very energetic. Now, we talked about the Big Ten. They're expanding from sea to shining sea. Things are going crazy. Greg Sankey, though, down in the Southeastern Conference, does he even give a damn? He's got Texas. He's got Oklahoma coming there. You got Alabama. You got Georgia. Tennessee's on this way up. Right now, where does the SEC sit, and how does it feel? Like, if you were the head of the Southeastern Conference, how would you feel right now with all this expansion?
Well, I mean, if you're Greg Sankey, I still think you feel pretty good. I mean, I think they're willing to put their new upcoming 16-team product up against even the expanded expanded Big Ten, because Texas and Oklahoma, I think, can compete pretty well with USC and UCLA in terms of like their brands and their followings and the types of eyeballs they're going to bring and the value they bring to your league. So, I mean, the SEC is fine. Look, USC and UCLA, you're not adding many football college. You're not adding a single college football playoff appearance since that thing has been around since 2014. Neither of those schools have made it. Oklahoma's made it a number of times now. Texas just landed Arch Manning, the number one overall prospect in the class of 2023, and one of the best quarterback prospects in a generation. So I think from an on-field football standpoint, you're not all that worried about it. I mean, sure, USC is on the up and up maybe under Lincoln Riley, but the guy hadn't coached a single game there yet, and his job just got a whole lot harder moving to the Big Ten. So I wouldn't think that the SEC is in any way worried or concerned about the Big Ten's influence. And I don't think that the SEC probably feels any urgency to add other teams. Now, if the Big Ten were to get Notre Dame, then maybe the balance of power does shift to the Big Ten. That would be a huge, huge get for the Big Ten, and would maybe give them an edge, I think, over the SEC in some ways. So I think that the one that is most interesting from the SEC standpoint is like, what can you do, if anything, with Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Virginia Tech, North Carolina? There's some pretty good brands left in the ACC who are kind of trapped right now because their TV rights deal goes through 2036. But those are some really good brands who I think could bolster the SEC if needed, and make sense geographically. I think that would be a fun SEC, an SEC that had some of those schools in it. So that might be the next domino here, because those schools have got to be looking for a way out. And if the SEC feels like it needs to make a move, I'm sure they can work something out financially to ease the burden that those schools might feel if they were to break their TV rights deal in the ACC.
All right. Now, Greg Sankey, we all know him like the drop of a coffee. Kevin Warren, though, the only reason we know him, he had the worst press conference I've ever seen during COVID in the history of my life. Could he become the new power in college football? Because let's be real, man. If you're the head of a conference and it's powerful, you're basically like the Queen of England.
Yeah, I mean, there's no NCAA commissioner right now or president because Mark Emmert is on his way out. So he's a lame duck NCAA president whose term is going to expire within the next year. And the NCAA has been totally neutered anyway. It doesn't have a huge impact on college football in the first place because, unlike in the other sports, college football's postseason is not run through the NCAA. So, yeah, there's no doubt Greg Sankey and Kevin Warren are the most powerful figures, I guess, in college sports right now. And I would still give Sankey the edge, because Kevin Warren is still relatively new in this role. Sankey's been at it longer, came from a more traditional background. He's understood these dynamics for a long time, and he's the one that made the first move by landing Texas and Oklahoma. But make no mistake, that was huge for Kevin Warren at the Big Ten.
It's huge. It's huge.
I think most people associated his tenure up until the addition of USC and UCLA with the Big Ten being the league that canceled the football season prematurely in 2020, when the other leagues decided to go on, the Big 12, the ACC, the SEC. The Big Ten was just, their fans were livid because they canceled the season, ended up having to change that decision, and that was the first big decision that Kevin Warren made. So for him to kind of bounce back from that by adding, these two schools, it's a huge win for him. There's no doubt. I think it kind of changes the way that he is going to be perceived in the industry. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It really does. It kind of blows me away, because I thought he was going to be fired. Like, honestly, like after that, the whole situation that happened. But I will say, my buddy Jay, I don't know if you know him. He's annoying. He's bald. He's nice, though. I mean, he's not bald yet, but he's balding. Is that rude, David?
I would say so. Your listeners don't have any perception of what Jay looks like, so I feel like you're throwing him under the bus.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy. Like, he's got more eyebrows than I do, and I have to go get mine, like I have to go get, like, manicured, like, pedicure, manicure, and then I get wax, you know. But my man Jay, dude, he don't need to wax his head. It's bald, bro.
Jay, you got to stick up for yourself, man. You shouldn't tolerate that.
Unfortunately, he's correct, though.
No, I'm just being honest. Again, I'm just being honest. But his favorite team in all of sports is Miami. And they just went out there and they got Francis. And I don't know if you know this. By the way, Francis for an offensive lineman, is that a good name?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily impart fear or intimidation, but is he a good player? Yes.
Is he? No,
player.
He's bad. He's bad at the bone. My question, though, in all honesty, he's a Mario Cristobal guy. He's all about offensive linemen, and I will say this: the reason the Southeastern Conference has won national championships, and the reason the SEC is better than everybody else, because they have the boys in the trenches. Yes, the Mac Joneses, the Tua Tagovailoas. I mean, heck, what's that loser who played for Georgia? Bryson Bennett, the loser, fifth. I mean, come on, he won a national championship.
Bro, you are savage today. Like, get out of John Harden's way because he's just going to roll over you. Man.
Dude, Stetson Bennett, let's be real. To call him his real name is actually nice. He played on the best defensive football team with the best offensive line with more weapons than you could shake a stick at. What I'm saying, though, is the Southeastern Conference has always won within the trenches. Mario Cristobal going out there and getting Francis. Mario Cristobal going out there and getting these big offensive line. He believes in TVD. Them paying that young man $9.5 million to come down there. Is the ACC's hope right now in Miami?
I don't know. Like, Jay, I hate to be the voice of skepticism, but in the ACC right now, you got to score points. There are some baller quarterbacks and some baller offenses in the ACC, and I think it should be a really fun league this year. My worry is that if Mario Cristobal doesn't let Josh Gaddis loose and let him be a good coordinator, that Miami could end up being, struggling to keep up offensively with, the Wake Forest, the Virginias.
By the way, when you
State.
talk Wake Forest and Virginia, usually we're talking college basketball with David Cobb at CBSSports.com. Follow him on Twitter at David W. Cobb. That is hilarious that you actually mentioned Wake Forest and Virginia as football schools, talking about the ACC. Has it fallen that far? Because you mentioned them as like Miami can't lose to them, no way. But dude, it could really happen.
I mean, like all these schools, like North Carolina, Louisville included, like half the ACC or more has a really good quarterback and an offense that's going to be scoring 35 points a game or more in a lot of games this season. And so, if you're Mario Cristobal and you're Miami and you've always played this ground and pound, like defensive oriented, brand of football, are you going to be willing to turn the keys over to Josh Gaddis and let him run that offense with Tyler Van Dyke at quarterback in a way that allows you to keep up? Because if their idea of being successful in the ACC is going to be to bleed the clock, 60-40 running the football, that kind of thing, and trying to win games by 7 to 10 points, I think they're going to find themselves in a tough situation with the way football is played now. So, I mean, that's my concern with Miami. I watched a lot of Oregon football last couple of years, and they were not fun to watch. The offenses at Oregon under Mario Cristobal were boring, and especially when you've been trained to expect these Chip Kelly explosive types of offenses out there. No, and I just hope that's not what he's bringing to Miami. I hope that's why Josh Gaddis agreed to leave a college football playoff team to come to Miami, because Cristobal says he's going to give him the offense and let him do what he wants with it. Do I know for a fact that's the case? No, so that's why I'm concerned. But in theory, I mean, yeah, that's what Cristobal wants to do, is load up in the trenches and overpower a league that might be going in a more finesse direction. But in practicality, I'm not sold that it's going to work. But look, getting guys like that commitment yesterday, Francis Mauigoa, regarded as the number one offensive tackle in the 2023 recruiting class. If Cristobal can keep things on the rails until he starts getting like guys like that into camp and onto the roster, he'll be fine. Because if you get enough players like that, then you can be dominant. But it's just hard to get there. And in the portal era, if you don't have early success, you can deal with some real serious roster issues pretty quick. And so, we'll see. I'm not sold that Mario Cristobal is a slam dunk, going to get Miami back type of deal. We've seen that theory before, and it doesn't always work out. So I have my questions. I have my doubts. I'm not ready to proclaim that the U is back just yet.
It terrifies me that I think Dave is absolutely right.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you know this. He's usually right. Now, the last question I have to say before I get rid of David, and by the way, when I say get rid of him, I mean like you were like the best leftover meal that I had on the 4th of July.
Wow.
Like,
thank you.
You're the best. You know what I mean? Like, I missed you yesterday. Do you know that I tuned in yesterday to listen to you and you weren't there?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was nobody. Nobody was here.
I know. I cried. I'm just telling you. I love you that much. But I need to know. Expansion, Big 10, Big 12, bunch of losers. What happens to Memphis?
Well, Memphis is in a decent position.
Decent?
The problem
decent
is that
position? You sound like you just took out a fat chick on Friday, and you're like, oh, you got a decent chance to meet a guy.
All right. The reason I'm a little
Sorry
cooler
about
on Memphis.
all fat chicks. I apologize.
The reason I'm cooler on Memphis today than I was a week ago, really within the last hour, this is from Dennis Dodd, a colleague of mine at CBS Sports, is that the Big 12 is looking to potentially add some of the leftover Pac-12 schools. Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, Utah, those are the schools potentially at the top of their list from what we're reporting at CBS. And so where does that leave a school like Memphis? Because there was always that hope that the Big 12 would add two more once Texas and Oklahoma officially joined the SEC. And I think Memphis was a logical candidate to be in that group. However, if the Big 12 is going to go the direction of adding these Pac-12 schools, then I'm not sure Memphis is going to be on the A list anymore. And so that's why I'm more skeptical right now than I was 2 hours ago. But the whole thing, as we are seeing in real time, it's so fluid, it's unpredictable. And so geography not mattering as much anymore, would a Pac-12 or an ACC that gets rated somehow start to make more sense?
Like
for
Boise
Memphis?
State,
Sure.
like the whole little thing that they're going through. Like, I mean, could you actually see this being like a normal thing?
I mean, it is normal. Everybody's trying to posture and position themselves. Fresno State is openly marketing its location on Facebook or on Twitter, as having 2.8 million television sets within a 30-mile radius of their campus or something. It's just everybody's trying to, they're peacocking right now. They're strutting their feathers and trying to look attractive for realignment. And that's it's important that Memphis puts a good product on the field this year for football, I think, for that reason, because, it's a brand that's been pretty strong the last decade. And if you can keep that brand sustained and up as you prepare to refurbish the stadium, then I think that goes a long way.
Justin Fuente has lost his job. Ryan Silverfield has made Florida State look like trash. Mike Norvell has made Florida State look like a trash organization. Like Bobby Bowden, people are clamoring for him. Right now, what do you think Ryan Silverfield is actually going to do at Memphis? They don't get anybody out of the transfer portal. The thing they were happy of when they got the Iowa linebacker. I mean, like, honest to God, like right now, as a Memphis fan, and I'm gonna be blunt. Like, it looks like we're watching the death of Memphis football.
Yeah, well, Seth Finnegan is kind of the great hope, right? He was awesome.
Are you joking? He was a freshman.
Awesome.
He was average.
He was awesome. He was awesome. For a true freshman quarterback who wasn't even supposed to have the starting job, he was really good last year. I mean, you have to admit that.
Okay, so you think he's going to be better this year?
Yes.
I don't know if you watched Bo Nix his freshman year at Auburn. Do you know what happened after that? He went down the hill. Let's just be real. It's hard to recreate what you did the year before. Yes, Seth had a good year, but let's be honest.
Even if Seth Hennigan only shows marginal improvement from this point on, having a healthy quarterback of that caliber on your roster is more or less a ticket to bowl eligibility. Now, that's the bare minimum at Memphis now is bowl eligibility. But he's the type of guy that can get good players to come and play with him. I mean, the guy threw for over 3,000 yards as a true freshman. And I thought he was solid. I thought he looked like the next, quarterback in that Riley Ferguson, Paxton Lynch,
Don't talk about Paxton.
Brady
he
White.
Couldn't even start in the USFL. By the way, I
he
don't
was
know
a
if
great
you know.
college quarterback.
Do you know who won the
I'm not sitting here-
USFL championship?
I don't know, but I'm not telling you that Seth Hennigan's going to be a third-round draft pick in 3 years. I'm telling you that he's a good college quarterback who seems on par with the Brady Whites and the other quarterbacks who have come through Memphis. And so when you got a player like that, if you can keep him healthy, I think that sets the floor reasonably high. I don't think Memphis is getting back to 10 wins this season. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I don't think the bottom's going to fall out either. And if you somehow manage to, beat Mississippi State again, well, all of a sudden, people are paying attention to you, which is what you want right now. If you're a program like Memphis that's trying to get into a better conference situation, you want to be relevant. And I think Memphis is going to be decent enough in football this next year to be relevant. And, what does that mean? We'll see. It's all in flux right now. There's no guarantees anywhere.
Everybody thank David Cobb for taking your head out of the oven, like back up off that little bit of facade you're about to jump off. Memphis football is going to be okay. I believe in David Cobb. David Cobb, you can listen to him every single Monday on Sports Time with Gabe and Stats at 4 o'clock. You can listen to him right here every single Tuesday at 11:30. And you can read all of his work at cbssports.com. Follow him on Twitter at David W. Cobb. David, I hope you had a blessed 4th, and I hope you have a wonderful second half of your year.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Be blessed. That's my buddy David Cobb. Don't touch that dial on the other side. We're going to talk with Gabe Kuhn. It's a little nooner with Gabe Kuhn. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? If your lights seem dim, it's probably time to change them. We can help you do the job right. If you do decide to change your lights, we've got reliable replacement lights waiting for you. We've even got headlight restoration kits that can have your existing lights shining brighter. You can get whatever you need fast with our next day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
In the alley since 1948, the world-famous Rendezvous. John, it's so good to see everything kind of getting back to normal.
Brett, we've done a lot of ads before, but maybe it's time for me to do a recap. We have valet parking at the end of our alley on Monroe. On Fridays and Saturdays, we give away our wonderful red beans and rice until it runs out. And we like to do things local. Miss Barbara Jackson of O Taste and See has been making these wonderful chess and pecan pies, that's pecan, not pecan, and key lime pies for dessert. And we just started serving this wonderful gelato from Sweet Magnolia Gelato Company. And just to remind everybody, you don't eat cheese and sausage with a knife and fork. You take a cracker, you put sausage on it, you put a piece of cheese on it, a little mustard or a little sauce, take a bite and chase it with the pickle. Brett, we've always been the place for all gatherings, whether they're corporate, rehearsal dinners, retirement parties, birthday parties, whatever. We seat anywhere from 20 people to 250 people. And oh, by the way, we are now open for lunch from 11 o'clock on Tuesday through Saturday. Come see us at the Rendezvous.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again. You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Hey Patriots, Colin Johnston here from DeSoto Auto Sales. And it's time to put the can in American, because this month I can help you get approved. It's the 4th of July all month long. That means it's time to break free from past credit mishaps. Even if you've been told no in the past credit problems are no problem for us. I want to help you break free in a nicer, newer car, because I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That's why I drafted my For the People credit approval process. Plus, my solution specialists are the American Dream Team. They can get almost anyone approved. So stop driving a car you hate, because I want you to be approved and find freedom in a nicer, newer car today. You could even drive for little to no money down. But hurry, this dynamite deal won't last long. I'm Colin Johnston, your All-American dealer for the people. New rides are popping on the lot daily. See all my explosive rides at DeSotoAutoSales.com. That's DESOTO Autosales.com.
Credit and down payment require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely expires on July 31st, 2022.
It's been said that the world always looks brighter from behind a smile. So why not let my friend, Dr. Mehdi Sadeghi, and his friendly staff at the Smile Center Memphis help brighten up your world. The Smile Center is a local family dentistry located in Germantown, specializing in cosmetic crown veneers, teeth whitening, and Invisalign clear braces, all with free consultation and second opinions. New patients are welcome, and if you don't have dental insurance, don't frown. They have an in-office plan to fit your specific needs. Same-day emergency service available as well. Give Mehdi a call, 309-1333, or visit their website at smilecentermemphis.com.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Is your air conditioning system struggling to keep up this summer? It may just need a tune-up. Good news, it's super tune-up time at Conway Services. We'll come out and perform our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-up on your air conditioning system for only $69. And if you have an air conditioner that leaks Freon every year, we'll include a leak check at no charge.
License number 64210, 64365 EAS, MS 19668.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Wendy's new Strawberry Frosty is here, so check your watch. Is it Frosty time yet? It probably is. The hour hand would be on, I'm feeling snacky. And the minute hand would be on, relaxing with a rich, creamy Strawberry Frosty on a summer day, just digging into that smooth, chilly deliciousness and vibing. You know, depending on what kind of watch you have. When it's time for Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Frosty in Classic Chocolate or New Strawberry.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Belly Acres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. Two great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Daria or the Double Daria, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Belly Acres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Belly Acres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Belly Acres.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
I have this one of those things, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Yo! Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy 4th of July. It's the 5th, though, but I couldn't say it yesterday. Hope you had a happy birthday, America. Hey, by the way, America. Have y'all seen my hat, Make America Great Again?
I have.
Do you know what a merkin is?
It is a wig for your pubes.
That is correct, Jay. Dude, Jeopardy needs you.
Well, I learned that from you, John, so you helped me with that Jeopardy question.
I don't know if you know this, but I feel like I've been a teacher my whole life.
You can.
I've been educating people. I was a teacher, by the way. Did you know that?
That's right.
They actually called me a professor. But you know what I taught?
Media.
Poppycock. Absolutely nothing. That's why I'm having a nooner with Gabe Cooner. You can follow him at G_Coon71. He played a lot of football at the University of Memphis. In fact, I think he started 51 games. Gabe.
There you go.
What's up, homie?
Man, I'm hanging in there. You were a professor for what at the university?
Audio narratives, radio news practicum, and theories of persuasion, homie.
Theories of persuasion. That's the one I remember for sure.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Little.
Are you persuasive? You're a persuasive guy, huh?
I don't know if you know this, but I get dude to work for me for $10 an hour. His name's Jay.
Okay.
He can actually hear me, but I'm so persuasive he's going to keep his job.
Okay. Rock on.
You work for me too, and I called you Dale.
Yeah. I don't know if it was persuasion from you, but we'll call it that. That's cool.
Dude, it was. See, you don't even know. I did the rope-a-dope. Do you know what like Muhammad Ali did? He just took a bunch of pounding. Never mind. I'm going to change subjects. But I did want to ask you a few questions, and this is Gabe Kuhn. You can listen to him from 3 to 6. First and foremost, did you have a happy 4th of July?
I sure did.
Did you eat 63 hot dogs?
I didn't have any hot dogs. I know that sounds kind of weird. I had a bunch of pulled pork. Taylor made a peach cobbler.
Taylor, by the way, everybody, just so you know, that's his girlfriend, and I know her name.
Okay, well, it took a while to get to this point, let's just say. But yeah, she made some peach cobbler. We hung out at the house with a little bit of family, then went to a pool. It was nice. It was fantastic. How about yours? Was yours great? I hear you were in Pickwick.
Listen, we're not going to talk about what I did over the weekend. Fair?
Oh, why? Why? You can't even say where you went.
The only thing I can say that I did was I drank Tito's because when life hands you lemons, you make a lemon drop. Bake sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Outside of that, I really don't think there's anything that I can say appropriate for the radio.
Well, see, you're incriminating yourself for no reason. All you would have to say is, "Hey, I went to the lake and hung out." That's all you have to say. Sounds like you want to incriminate yourself more than you're being forced to incriminate yourself. If you catch my drift.
I feel like you should have been a psychiatrist. Like, I want to cry on the radio right now. I'm like,
don't do that.
Let me just tell you something, man. Like, why is the Pac-12 like dissolving? Like the Patty Cake 12, as I call them. If they lose USC, if they lose UCLA, which it looks like they're going to, Oregon's going to have to bounce, I would think. What's going to happen to the Patty Cake 12?
What I think is going to happen to the Patty Cake 12. The Pac-12, we'll see.
Patty Cake.
Right now, it's looking like they're going to have to.
Your phone just went out. Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate that great comment. Anything else for you? Jay, I think we just lost Gabe. It doesn't even matter. The Patty Cake 12 is very, very bad. UCLA, USC, they're going to exit. They're going to go to the Big Ten. It's going to happen. Life is good. Life is bad. But I will say one thing. Is Reggie Bush going to ever get back his Heisman? I don't know if he is. Maybe. Maybe not. But anyway, point is, my buddy Gabe Kuhn and the expansion point talk is, what's going to happen with the University of Memphis? How does this help
Johnny,
them?
I'm back.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, man. So to answer your question, do you have me now?
What question did I ask? I don't even remember anymore.
You asked about what's going to happen with the Pac-12.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
My thought is that they will fold up, but I don't want to be early to the call. Because last time with Oklahoma and Texas, I think we were all early to say, okay, well, the Big 12 is going to fold up. They're going to get poached. No one really came that hard after them. No one tried to get anyone else besides Texas and Oklahoma. They end up adding Cincinnati, BYU, Houston, UCF. They're fine. But this time it sort of looks like every other conference, whether it's the ACC, SEC, Big Ten, looks like they're still looking for some teams. Big 12 looks like they're looking for some teams. Feels like every single power conference is now looking to expand in some way, shape, or form. And it looks like the Big 12 is in early talks to get Utah, Arizona State, Colorado, if they potentially can. Now, I think your second question was what this means for Memphis.
No. Before you get to Memphis, I just want to ask you, before you get to Memphis, And you know what? I hate to say this. I will let you know how I feel about Memphis. Memphis is going to be NC State or Wake Forest or Boston College or Duke football, maybe Indiana Hoosiers who are straight trash. I mean, like right now, college football looks like what is going is from the Power Five. And of course, Mr. Oresco wanted to call it the P6. There ain't no 6 anymore. It looks like the AFC, the NFC. It's going to be the Big Ten and the SEC.
Yeah.
I don't see
looks
anybody else surviving.
It looks like Power 2, and we'll see what they do with playoff contracts and everything, because everything's sort of up in the air. But you never know. I mean, these other power conferences, whether it's the ACC or the Big 12, potentially they can save themselves, try to merge, try to talk to each other and see what works the best. Maybe they're invited to the party. But a lot of these teams on the outside looking in, I hate to say it. I mean, I was a little more positive last week. The positivity has seemed to fade. I want to think good thoughts about the University of Memphis, but it's sort of looking like all these Group of 5 teams, Boise State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Memphis, SMU, USF, it looks like they're going to miss out on the power party.
Power party. Like, it makes me think of the Powerpuff Girls so bad. Like, I just love the Powerpuff Girls.
That's what it seems like is going to happen, and it's depressing to think about, but we haven't seen the end of this. We haven't heard the end of this, so there's still some hope to hold out, but I wouldn't hold up that much.
All right, Gabe, I got to know this right off the bat. Name, image, likeness. Is it messing up college football, and is it pushing the power conferences faster than we would have expected?
No, I don't. It's not messing up college football. I think there's a growing pain, some growing pains we've had to learn through with collective and everything else. And if there needs to be certain restrictions placed on NIL and how you do it, so be it. I think as we progress through these talks, we'll get more clarity on that. But I think it's ridiculous to say it killed college football. I think the unreadiness,
not killed it. I'm saying, has it made it more of a like professional style football? And it seems like, again, the Big Ten, the
yes,
SEC
and it feels like a lot
over.
of things are on the table that weren't on the table before. But I think here's my biggest thing. I think the unreadiness and unwillingness of these ADs, of the NCAA, of the governing body of college sports and college athletics, the governing bodies, I should say. I think the unreadiness and unwillingness for them to change until it was too late is why we're dealing with this. Now we're trying to work through the United States government. We're trying to get legislation passed where our governing bodies in college athletics can't get it passed. So I personally think that you could talk about the athletes making money all you want. If we were more well prepared for this, we'd be in a better situation. And until I see that actually practice, someone try to play that out, I don't know. I cannot blame it on NIL directly. I have to blame it on the lack of readiness we have had for NIL. And
so basically, it's Mark's fault.
Yes, exactly. And certain, I mean, if we're being honest about this situation, there's been ADs and commissioners that in the past have been unwilling to change or talk about these things. So yes, it's Mark, no question, but I think there's other blame to be passed around as well.
Gabe, I have a question for you. Very serious one. You started 51 games at the University of Memphis.
Usually when you say serious question, it's going to be an unserious question.
No, it's very, very serious.
Proceed.
It's very, very serious, sir. So, would you have been waistline friendly at the Frontier Western store on NIL deal?
Very serious question, I hear. Yes, Frontier Western store, I got to say, they're very waistline friendly.
Dude, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. They're waistline friendly. They have the largest boot selection in the whole wide world. You can get dress boots. You can get work boots. You can get Western boots. You can kick somebody in the you-know-what with them boots. Plus, they also
Johnny, that's how you do a live. Good job, brother.
Dude, that's called love, brother. 5880 Goodman Road and at frontierwesternstore.com. Now, Mr. Gabe Kuhn, a very, very serious question. Are you ready?
No. Sure.
All right, you're really good at these riddles. Are you ready?
Okay, let's hear it. You have another one
First in
for me?
earth, second in heaven. Didn't I ask you this one?
Yeah, the letter E. Yep,
Dang,
that's the answer.
you always cheat. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. But the
I don't cheat. No, I don't.
No, you're okay. You're smart.
There
Okay,
you go.
you're a
That's
smart human being.
better.
I'm very
Thank you.
happy for you. Now, my honest question is, and this is a very serious question, is what happens to Doo-Doo Brown? And that's Baker Mayfield, who's leaving the Cleveland Browns. Where does he go? It looks like Deshaun Watson is actually going to be let off the hook.
I have been saying this, and I don't know how you feel about it. I kind of want to get your opinion as well. I have had this conversation for about the past 2 or 3 weeks with Baker Mayfield. I feel like the media and others are trying to force there to be a market, but in reality, there's no market for Baker Mayfield for $19 million this year. Panthers and Seahawks are out there. I've said in the past, I think the Seahawks would be a better fit for him longer term. They're looking for a new quarterback. I think the Panthers, with their coaching situation, a little more volatile. So I think the Seahawks would make more sense. But I don't think anyone, like Panthers would be more, and Matt Rule would be more aggressive in these situations because they're desperate, because he's desperate to keep his job. But even with that, $19 million for that year rental, I just don't think is there. Now, I think he would be picked up very quickly. I think the market would be robust if he got dropped, if he got released by the Browns. But the Browns have not shown willingness to do that. And I don't really get why, considering they have no plans on playing him. They're just going to pay him $19 million regardless. Because even if Deshaun Watson sits out a whole year, which looks less and less by the day, even if he gets a few games, it will be Jacoby Brissett starting. There's a reason they went and got Jacoby Brissett. So I feel like this whole Baker Mayfield trade market has been overblown. And also, you have to consider this, Johnny. It's July. I mean, how long does he have to get into camp, learn the offense, get thrown into the fire? And, like, do you expect him to succeed after a short off season like that and having to learn a playbook that quick? I would imagine no. So Baker, I think this has been relatively creative. The Deshaun Watson stuff's wild, though, because the more I have read, the more it seems like he's going to be getting a smaller suspension as opposed to the big, long, as opposed to the long.
No, she never said that.
17-game full season suspension that the NFL was seeking.
You know it's going to be short when it comes to Deshaun Watson. That's the whole situation. The judge doesn't look like she can actually rule the way she wants to.
Hey, Johnny, let's stay away from double entendres and you trying to laugh at jokes with this subject matter, please.
I am trying to do my best, okay,
Please.
Gabe? It's a day after.
I said short suspension, and somehow that.
And you also said
you.
long periods. And
I mean, good Lord. I mean, I'm describing the suspension. All right. Continue, though, Johnny.
Oh, by the way, I do know there's a new Maria Sharapova in the world of tennis. Her name is, Buchkova? What's this girl?
Nailed it.
Dude, she is really good at tennis. Like, woo! I'm sorry about that. I do have to ask you, though, how long is my man?
Hey, Jay, I hope you're doing well today.
I'm doing well, Gabe.
Dude, he's doing okay. He gets off in like in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Anyway, he's going to be off work when I get
I think you're right, though, John. Buskova.
Is it Buskova?
That's how I'd pronounce it.
Dude.
Man, is she winning?
I don't know.
It's the first set. It's 4-3.
Can I just
It's
tell you
very
something?
early.
She's winning in life.
Okay.
Let's just be honest.
Okay.
Is she winning in life?
Sure.
Did Maria Sharapova ever win anything? Did Anna Kournikova ever win anything?
I think they both did, right?
I don't know, actually. I mean, yeah, they won at life. That's the point. She's winning at life.
I think they won in tennis, too, but I digress.
I don't know about that. But the point is, what's going to happen with my man in Tennessee? Vrabel going to be gone. Ryan Tannehill going to put something together. Is Derrick Henry ever going to live up to the expectations? I mean, I don't see Steve McNair walking through that door. I mean, he did have Jeff Fisher as a coach. Eddie George ain't walking through that door. I mean, Ray Lewis also ain't playing for Baltimore. My question, though, is for real. Is Tennessee going to thrive? They were the number 1 seed last year. They lost to the Bengals right off the bat. Are they going to make it or are they going to break it?
You're talking about a 12-win team last year at the very top of the AFC. So, like, I expect them to have a fall off. Now, what does that fall off look like in comparison? I don't know. As far as wide receivers are concerned, Traylon Burks has
A.J. Brown, man, he's in Philly,
I know,
baby.
but Traylon Burks has been concerning folks with his asthma, and they just gave up A.J. Brown, who got paid by the Eagles.
And by the way, I just want to say this.
Great.
I do need to interrupt you. Traylon Burks does not smoke weed. He eats edibles.
Oh, okay.
So his asthma situation,
his
asthma situation, I think, is a moot point.
But also, they went and got Robert Woods, who's coming off a torn ACL from the Rams, so we'll see if that can work out. But they've been reliant upon Derrick Henry, his legs, and that O-line. And I think that O-line took a step back. They let Roger Saffold walk to the Bills. So 12 wins, I think, is too much to expect from this team this year.
Can they win a game in the playoffs?
I still think they have a chance at a playoff berth as a wild card type team, or down the seed list. But this is going to take Mike Vrabel coaching like he did last year. I don't think anybody thought last year that team, with the injuries they had, with how many guys they had rotating in and out, I don't think anybody thought they'd have 12 wins.
I agree.
And be the number one seed in the AFC. So I think Mike Vrabel has a good thing going, but this year is going to be his most challenging one yet.
Is John Robinson the most underrated, basically, like, front man in all of football?
Yeah, he's up there. Now, one thing with Ryan Tannehill, during the year last year, I think people saw, his shortcomings, but they didn't really get to
They saw him in the playoffs, that's for
on
damn
full
sure.
display until he played against the Bengals and threw those 3 picks. And they lost the game that they had no business losing because their defense played well too. But no one really saw it until then. The one thing you hope, if you're the Titans, is that Ryan Tannehill still has a little bit of confidence, because I think in those situations when you get labeled a certain way, when you have that narrative over your head, somebody in Ryan Tannehill's shoes could potentially be affected by that and play worse off because of it. And I'm waiting to see what he looks like in game 1, week 1, going into next season. Can he rebound from the last time he played competitive football? We'll see.
Oh, man. I think it's going to be a rough year, actually, for John, for Coach Vrabel. I think it's going to be a rough year for Tennessee. They balled out, but I don't know how much they can get out of this team anymore. And plus, like Taylor Lewan, you're an offensive lineman. He tried to anchor that left side, and he just never got it done. And going forward, I don't know how that's going to be fixed. So
yeah, coming off injury has been tough for him.
Sure
he just hadn't quite been the same. He's getting up there. He's not old by any stretch, but he's getting a little higher up there in age. And we know how that goes with O-linemen. There's regression that you expect to see, unless you're Trent Williams, who somehow's, 32 or 34 for the 49ers and still doing his thing.
Yeah, still doing his thing. Before you get off the air, and I have to say goodbye to you, I'm going to miss you, by the way, Gabe. He's going to be on from 3 to 6
okay,
with Sports
I'll
Time.
miss you
I'm
too,
going to
man.
miss you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I texted you like one time this weekend, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
That's a lie. I know I texted you not too long ago.
What? Let me see. Let me check. You want me to check for you?
I mean, I feel like I did. And by the way, it doesn't matter if I actually did. If I think I did, that's the point, right?
I think the last time you texted me was to make fun of something I said on the air.
No.
So-
I would never make fun of you. You're a lot bigger than me, and you're mean.
Yeah.
And you're no. He's actually very nice. Listen to him from 3 to 6. It's Gabe and Stats for Sports Time. Happy 4th of July, Gabe.
All right, man. Happy 5th of July.
Love you, pimp. That's my buddy Gabe. And not Little Gabe. By the way, do you know who Little Gabe is?
Anthony's son.
Can you believe that somebody leaves their child with me?
I bet you're good. John, you have a daughter that's a cheerleader at Ole Miss, so you clearly are doing something right.
I have a doctor. Well,
And a
she's
doctor.
in residence. She's in resident. What do you call it? Residency?
Yeah, she has a residency.
She's doing that BS.
Where can I ask where?
Tupelo Hospital.
I see.
And then my youngest is, of course, a cheerleader. I'm telling you right now, like, why is it the Kentucky Derby winner is making more money than me? I have made 2 daughters. One's a doctor. One's an SEC athlete.
Sounds like a listener question.
I have full head of hair.
Who should make more money, John Harden or the winner of the Kentucky Derby? 901-360-8255.
901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I need to know right now, how much would you pay?
Who would you pay more for, a horse or John Harden?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, horse might make you some cash. John Harden is going to make your legacy last. And they're also going to have hair on their head. Don't touch that dial. Sadly, we have Hardwood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Yes, I work out every day. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. When I go to the gym, I think about real estate. Not really. I think about which exercises will take the poundage from the chocolate cake off the quickest. Then it dawns on me. Golf is the absolute best exercise. Swinging those heavy clubs, those heavy golf balls and tees, and climbing into and out of the golf cart. It's a good thought, but not realistic. Just like I overheard today, someone said the real estate market is so good that they're going to sell their home themselves. While it might occasionally work, you could end up tying your home up for weeks or months while your neighbor's home sold in 30 days because they listed with me. If you're thinking of selling before you think you can do it yourself, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and make sure I am one of them. Find out why people say that when you want the job done, call Shell Dunn. That's Shell Dunn Rosengarten at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com. That's MemphisRelocate.com or 483-0546.
Like, I don't know. Can you just pick something and order? Yeah, but anyway, where are you at? You don't...
It only takes 2 seconds of distracted driving to become a statistic. You can lose your driving privileges, your vehicle, face jail time, or even lose or take a life. Slow down, Memphis. The life you save may be your own. Brought to you by the Memphis Police Department, Traffic Operations.
Getaway Sports Bar, the best kept secret in town, open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garvin, the owner, created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Rack them up on 6 pool tables. Coldest beer in town, grab you a pool stick and get you some good bar grub. 100% Angus burgers, big and moist chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. with long neck domestics, 225 Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
What do you mean your Central Barbecue belt?
Well, I have 2 different kinds of belts, one for regular days, one for Central Barbecue days.
What's different about the Central Barbecue belt?
It's bigger, duh.
So you're saying on the days when you go to Central Barbecue, your waistline actually grows?
Doesn't everyone's?
I never thought about it.
That's weird. I mean, you go in, you have an appetizer of 3, then smoked wings, barbecue nachos, sausage and cheese plate, or all of them. Then you get your main course, maybe some pulled pork, ribs, beef brisket. Then you're going to want some sides with that action, like homemade potato chips, best greens in town, potato salad, then it's on to dessert, peanut butter cake, banana pudding. Trust me, your waistline will expand.
Mine would explode.
You got to train, man.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Any house, any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. Just pick up your phone. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Don't you mess around with me, you're a heartbreaker, dream maker.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 happy hour. Big thank you to Gabe Kuhn. Big thank you to David Cobb. Listen to Gabe today from 3 to 6 on Sports Time with Brett Norsworthy. Make sure you check out David Cobb on sports56.com. I have found out that my favorite sport in the world is dirty. It is a dirty, dirty world. I'm a baseball fan. We have a baseball game today. I don't know if you know this. Jay Morgan, do you know that we have a 3:10 Central Time starting baseball game?
With the Friars.
The Friars are the Padres.
Mike Clevenger.
So, hold on. The Padres are a religious organization, right?
Well, that's their mascot, at least. It's
I
a
mean,
caricature of a religious person.
But, I mean, they're Catholic, correct?
That's right.
So that's correct.
That's right.
By the way, do you remember homie who got stabbed and went to the strip club? Was that a very Catholic thing to do?
I don't think so. Who is that? I don't know. Plaxico Burress. No, he shot himself.
No. Yeah, he shot himself in dude, you don't remember last year?
No, I don't think I do.
Dude, this makes me annoyed. Like, you know
I'll
what
look it up.
You know what a Padre is, but you don't know who got stabbed at a strip club that played for the Padres last year? I think it was Grissom.
It was Tommy Pham.
It was Pham. I didn't want to say, hey, we are family. Yeah, it was
I talked
Tommy
about
Pham.
Tommy Pham earlier. Yeah, he got in a strip club stabbing.
I told you this,
There was
man.
a grisly 12-inch scar across his lower back.
They called it a grizzly?
The result of being stabbed last October in a parking lot of a San Diego strip club.
I will tell you one thing. Do you know how many times I went to Platinum Plus?
That's not funny, but that's terrible.
No, but do you know how many times I went to Platinum Plus and never got stabbed?
Every time, hopefully.
Every single time. And you know what? They closed that thing down. Have you looked over down at Mount Moriah now?
They closed it because there weren't enough stabbings. They needed more stabbings.
No,
They were
dude,
unhappy.
I'm very upset. Do you know the hotel? There used to be a Holiday Inn right there on the corner. They had the Cactus Grill. Now they're selling rooms for $39 because I think it's like by the hour, and I think it's a hooker haven, to be honest with you.
Oh, is that what By the Hour Hotel would represent?
Yeah, and I'm sad because I used to go there and we would get prepped. We'd sit in the Cactus Lounge at the Holiday Inn, and then we'd go to the Shake Joint.
Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn.
Dude, just
it's a Pitbull song.
Man, Memphis. The better we get.
But who are they
worse we
playing?
get.
Who are the Padres? Who are the Friars playing today?
I
John?
don't know, man. This is what I want to ask you. What is a Mariner?
They're
Like,
playing
you know
the
what a
Mariners.
Padre is.
I know what
you know what a
Padre is.
Padre is.
Uh-huh.
Let's be honest. 901-360-8255. 901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. You have Mike Clevenger. You have loser Gilbert pitching for Seattle. I am taking, by the way, if you didn't tell, the Padres. The Padres lost yesterday. Ridiculous. 4th of July was thrown. America's holiday. America, make American great again? Please. Like, make American poor. We can't even buy American now to put on our dad's head. But what's a Mariner?
Mariner?
What's a Mariner?
It's I believe. No, it's not a bird. I believe it's a seaman.
Oh my goodness, my girlfriend should know a lot about that.
No, not that kind. The kind that's out at sea, like a person on a ship.
Well, she's from the ocean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was a mermaid.
Wow.
Like when I met her.
I don't think they're on ships though. They can swim.
Oh no. Have you not seen Splash? Like when they get on the land, their legs go normal.
Oh, that's Little Mermaid.
Tom Hanks is in that giant.
Wow.
No, it's Splash.
No, I think that the premise of both.
You are a film critic.
Not a critic. I
You
just
are
went to school to
part
study.
of the.
I'm a scholar.
You're part of the guild. Like
I
you
wish I
vote
was,
on
honestly.
the Academy.
You know,
correct?
if you get to vote, they give you the releases of movies to like they just send them to your house, send you a copy when movies come out in theaters. How about that? I'd love to be in the guild, but I'm not.
Can I help you?
Do you think I could put sports like WHBQ down as a reference?
Dude, let me tell you a little secret.
That would be
homie.
something, though.
I hitchhike all up and down California. I stayed.
You know
in,
people.
I know people. I stayed in Rosarita. I stayed in Palos Verdes, Malibu, and I also slept on the side of the road in Rosarita, Mexico. I partied like a rock star up north.
Played ball like an all-star.
Yes, I did. And
Like the
I pumped
Mariners.
it like a what?
I don't know that
You
one.
can't answer that question.
Okay.
But they do know it. I played ball like an all-star, partied like a rock star.
Oh, I don't know the rest, but I get it. I think.
901-360-8255.
If you know the rest.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. And if you win, guess what you get? Credit.
A hearty handshake.
Credit. I'll give the person credit.
Who do you like, the Mariners or Padres, John? That's a tough game. Two good pitchers. That's a good pitching matchup.
If the world is normal, Mike Clevenger with his long hair and his dope-ass right arm should absolutely beat the brakes off the Mariners, who are trash because they're seamen. I mean, seriously, how many seamen have done anything for you?
Well, probably not a lot, but I'm sure a lot of the World War II guys that went over there and went, a league of their own when the women played, I'm sure a lot of them were seamen, so maybe the Mariners was more fitting back then.
By the way, this is ridiculous. What is going on with the West Coast? Atlanta, we have Braves, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Are we going to be able to keep the Braves? Because isn't that an Indian?
Well, they don't have, I forget the name of the chief, but they don't show.
Tomahawk Chalk.
Is that his name?
No, I don't know, man. Chief Wally Bully Day.
Close enough, but they don't show him anymore. But they do still have the tomahawk.
What do you mean they don't show him? Oh,
no, they still have the tomahawk. But remember they used, on the blue
Florida
jerseys?
State actually used to do that before they had a sorry coach.
But the Seminole tribe is very proud. That's the distinction.
Who's the worst coach in Florida State history? Mike Norvell. It's very simple.
Certainly of the last three, it would have to be.
Let me just tell you something.
Who was the coach before Bobby Bowden? I don't even know.
It was he was trash too. He's got fired. He was a very nice guy.
He just wasn't a good coach.
He was a black man.
Yeah, I'm finding it. Head coaches before Bobby Bowden. Oh no.
No, after Bobby Bowden.
Well, Jimbo.
No. Jimbo was trash.
So before.
He
but
won a
Willie
national champion.
Willie Taggart is way worse than Norvell.
Willie.
Daryl Mudrow was before Bobby Bowden.
This is where I am. I don't know. Willie Taggart was actually worse than Mike Norvell.
He's now the head coach at FAU.
By the way, do you know who threw 31 interceptions in one season?
Who?
The national champion, Jameis.
Famous Jameis.
Winston.
You seen him working out, though?
Yeah, by the way, can I ask you a question? If you laid on your back on a ball.
Did you like that?
And you had like a floppy weight.
I've never seen a floppy barbell like that.
I've never seen it like that, but he was pushing that joint, wasn't he?
Yeah, I guess it adds weight when you like jerk it back and forth. This is getting overtly sexual,
if you jerk it back
I'm
and forth and you watch the Mariners, who are seamen, and you hang out with Jameis Winston.
Very sexual day.
This is.
But you'd eat crab legs at the end of it.
You know what? You're right. You know what? You would eat crab
that he
legs.
stole from Publix. Publix, great. We need Publix in Memphis.
By the way, can I just tell you something? Kroger, I hate to say you don't rep my show. You're trash.
Publix though, great. Pub sub, you ever had a pub sub?
They have subs.
Oh, it's delicious.
They have a pharmacy. They have alcohol. Like, go to Florida. Go to a Publix.
Love a good Publix.
Man, I do too. Can I tell you a secret again?
Please do.
I hate the pharmacist also at Kroger. She is a complete
mean person.
Yes.
Meanie.
I hate her. Do you know why I hate her?
Why?
Because anytime I go up there to get my script, she scoffs at me. She'll tell me I'm a day early or I'm telling you one day, you know what I'm going to do one day? Have you ever seen those big hands that people have?
Yeah.
I'm going to take one of my big hands in there, and when she says no, I'm going to go, slap! What the 5 fingers say to the face?
I knew that was coming. Oh. You know, in the last time that Florida...
901-360-8255, who's the best pharmacist in Memphis?
You know, they haven't... Florida State, for one thing, hasn't been to a bowl since Willie Taggart when they went to the Sun Bowl. They also haven't won the conference since 2014 with Jimbo.
Yeah.
Florida State,
Texas
A&M, proud
A&M,
program.
You are still trash. You have a lot of money, but Jimbo Fisher is still your coach. But
you know who else is pitching?
People at Florida State long for the days.
Back to baseball, John. You know who else is pitching today? Sandy Alcantara for the Miami Marlins, and he's pitching against Thor.
When did you get like this Puerto Rican accent?
Well, he's, I think, Dominican.
Right?
When
did you? You're Lebanese.
I
when
am.
Did you say it again?
It's just good to pronounce things. Alcantara.
Sandy Alcantara.
Alcantara.
Yeah.
Connor got it too. Alcantara.
Playing
against Thor today. Noah Syndergaard on the mound. I believe it was supposed to be Shohei, and they moved because they have a 6-man rotation that ruins everything for the Angels. They moved it to Thor. So Thor and Sandy matched up today in Miami.
Thor is a new Marvel comic.
Yeah, it comes out this week, the new Thor movie.
He has a hammer, right?
He has a hammer. He's a god.
Can I just tell you something? What would it be like to walk around and just be like, bam!
And he can only pick it up. It's too heavy for anyone else to pick up.
Nobody else can pick it up?
No one else can pick it up.
Isn't
that crazy?
Do you know what? The only place I'm going to watch Thor at or any sports, do you know where I'm going to go?
Where?
Getaway Sports Bar. 4632 Winchester Road in Collierville, in Memphis, in Midtown, in downtown. If you need to get away, 4632 Winchester Road is where you got to go. They have 15 televisions. 5 of them are 72 inches or larger. They have 6, and I said this again, 6 pool tables. Bring your stick, rack them, crack them. They have 2 dartboards. They have golden tea, and they have the coldest beer in town. Plus, if you want a burger, please get away to Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester Road. Jay Morgan.
You know who else pitches today, John? Before we go, I'm so excited with the pitchers today. Max Scherzer makes his triumphant return to the Mets today.
Do you know why Max Scherzer was out?
Because he has 2 different color eyeballs.
And by the way, is that the scariest thing you've ever seen?
Dan Aykroyd also had 2 different color eyes.
No, he did not.
He did.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Like the actor.
The actor.
With John Candy, whose fat self died.
And the ghost in Ghostbuster also had.
Are you shocked that Dan Aykroyd is dead?
He's not.
I mean, I'm sorry. What's the fat one?
John Belushi?
No, Candy.
Oh, John Candy. Oh, yeah, that's so
Dude,
sad.
I watched Uncle Buck the other day.
Great movie.
Remember? I told you,
Great
like,
movie.
I was sick for like 3 days. I stayed at home. I watched Uncle Buck. A bunch of, John Candy.
Great
anyway,
movie, though.
Hey,
He's
do
funny.
me a favor. I don't know if you know this. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Man, I thought I looked bad until I saw Darian, Jay. That man's got 2 hours left. Jay, you're almost off.
Almost done. One more, John. One more pitcher's name I want to say. The Yankees and Pirates play today.
It would be the Yankees.
Jameson Taillon, but guess who's pitching for the Pirates? Jose Quintana.
Jose Quintana.
Quintana. It's a great name to say.
All right, first and foremost, before we do anything important, what are the best bets of the day? Actually, wait for the next set.
Okay,
because
we'll
I'm
save that.
literally going to bet on these. In fact, I'm going to put my whole children's wealth on the game you give me. No pressure, okay?
No, I don't feel any pressure. I'm pretty
$6.
confident.
That's $6, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Now there's a little pressure.
Hey, by the way, do you know Tristan? Do you know who Tristan is?
Tristan Thompson.
How do you know him?
I don't know him personally.
He's the dude that knocked up the fat one.
That is, if we were doing a late night show in the early 2000s, that is exactly what we would call her. However, she's had a lot of work done and she's not fat anymore.
Oh, liposuction. She's still fat. Let me tell you something. Lipo. It's what it is, okay? But do you know that he's not hanging out with fat chicks anymore?
He's not.
Did you see him? He's single and ready to mingle. He was in a Vegas club this weekend. At 1:30, some idiot started taking a bunch of pictures and putting them on the internet. You know, like that's how we get these stories.
That's right.
And, bro, let me just tell you something. I would trade in every single Kardashian and a Jenner, Caitlyn and Kris together, all their spouses, Kanye, their net worth. I would trade them all in for whoever this woman is. Have you seen this woman, and why don't we know her name?
I don't know. Is she just someone he met at a nightclub, maybe?
Well, let me just tell you a secret. Before this week's over, we're all going to know her name. Do you agree or disagree?
I have to agree, John.
Why?
Just because you generally have a pretty good gauge of pop culture and the
I
direction
am good at this,
and
right?
the direction it's heading. So I'm going to take your word for it that we're all going to know her name here.
Oh, dude, we are going to know her name. And I will tell you one thing. No matter how fine she is, he will not stay with you. He's a basketball player. Now, Joey Chestnut, I don't know if you heard about this, but we had T-Money and Brasky on last week. My heart got broken because I feel like they lost their entire fortune. They said take Joey Chestnut in the over. They said go over $73.
I was going to ask you about this, though, because Connor on FanDuel was refunded his money.
Yes, because the person walked on the stage.
Did you not get refunded?
No, I did not. I wasn't on FanDuel. I was on MGM, and that pisses me off.
Wow.
You got refunded?
He did. Wow, that's crazy. MGM didn't do it. Why wouldn't they do that, though? Don't
Connor, you're taking me to lunch.
Well, he didn't bet on it, so he didn't actually. He said they did refund. They sent out a message that said they were refunding everybody. I'm surprised BetMGM didn't do that. Aren't you?
That is the loserest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, he didn't bet. But if he would have bet he would have gotten his money back, like, don't tell me that stuff. Like, bro, come on, man.
Sorry, I was
like,
just trying to
friends,
help out.
Right?
I was just trying to help you. I'm sorry.
There was a, I guess you would call him, like, what is Star Wars called, the Darth guy?
Darth Vader.
Yes, he's a jerk.
He is.
He went to the dark side.
He's the antagonist, yep.
But did you know that Joey Chestnut walked in there after going to a hospital this year?
Yeah, he did on crutches.
Yeah. And that man still ate 63 hot
and
dogs.
still put the protester in a chokehold on crutches, eating hot dogs, and won. Well, that's a gangster move,
All right,
man.
my question is, Leah Thomas, Joey Chestnut, hot dog contest eating. Who you got?
I think Joey's the best in the world. Who you got?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
You don't have an answer?
I mean, I would actually put my money, if I got like plus 250, I would take Leah.
Yeah, dude, you're right. You'd have to lay a lot to get Joey. Also, John, before the hot dog eating contest, they did a lemonade chugging contest. Did you see this? It was like, how much, a gallon?
Yes, and by the way, it had Tito's vodka in it, number one.
I don't think it did.
No, it did. It did. I did. Dude, I talked to the sponsor.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Get in the Zone, AutoZone.
Get in the Zone, Tito's.
Get in your life. When life hands you lemons, what do?
Make a lemon drop.
Make a lemon drop.
Or eat Central Barbecue.
You know what? Central Barbecue is so good.
It is delicious.
Tito's is delicious.
You got some, John, if you put all your sponsors together, you would have a banquet of the highest order.
It's called an afternoon that ends in Y. Because I do eat Central Barbecue at least 5 days a week. I do drink Tito's 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And, what was the other one?
Central Barbecue.
I look good.
Frontier Western Store.
Yeah, Frontier Western Store. So, like, it works out. Jay?
How about that?
Is that nice?
That was good, John.
Yeah, whatever.
When we come back, you know what we're going to do, John? Make bets.
Are you sure?
I'm so ready to go.
Do you have, like, winners?
Oh, exclusively. I also have Brian Dacus as bet of the day, but you might not want to put your last $6
I don't know if you know
on
this.
that.
Can I just tell you something? We're not going to listen to Brian Dacus ever. We don't listen to him from 3 to 6 on Sports Time.
Oh, that's
Gabe
too
Kimmons
bad.
Stats.
You should.
No, come on.
He's a good guy. You hired him, John.
You know what? Actually, you're right. He's an extension of me.
That's right.
Dacus, keep kicking keisters. And don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56. 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
It's time to vacation at home with Family Leisure. That's right. Enjoy a vacation in your own backyard with a little help from Family Leisure. Like play gyms and trampolines, they're now $500 off. And those trampolines, by the way, they've got that mesh on the side, so trampolines are now safe and you'll be the hit of the neighborhood. They've got hot tubs in stock and ready to go, and you can get up to $1,000 off when you pick them up. All kinds of do-it-yourself pool specials, like savings of up to $1,500 on all in-stock pools when you pick it up and install them yourself. And if you're looking for patio furniture, then stop on in, because they have tons in stock and they're ready for you to pick up. So get ready for that vacation at home with the help from Family Leisure. Family Leisure's Vacation at Home sale. It's happening right now at Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun truly do come together.
Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and exclusive always-on promotions such as enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of every game day. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. If you've never tried FanDuel Sportsbook, what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started, and be sure to sign up with promo code BIGHEAD so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code BIGHEAD. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call Tennessee Redline. 1-800-889-9789.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Nothing's worse than starting trouble. Well, we can help you out. We can start with a free battery test. That way, we'll know if your battery is causing the issue. It could be your starter, it could be your alternator, and you don't want to waste money on the wrong fix. And if you do need a new battery, we've got you covered with a wide selection of replacement batteries. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2020.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan's hanging out with me. We got Scott. What's your name? Scheffler?
I think it's Connor.
Connor! Why did I go Scott this time?
I love Scheffler from
Scotty
American
Scheffler.
Pie. Or American Pie.
Stifler. No, that's Stifler. Stifler. By the way, Stifler's dope. Hey, by the way, out there in the world, I just want does anybody know my girlfriend's number?
If you do, John very much needs you to let her know that he needs a ride.
Yeah, I want to ride home because I just drove in and got dropped off. I don't have a car. Jay, you know what? You might actually take me home.
Okay.
That's called half shell in the afternoon.
Excellent.
Yeah. They have really good Tito's and water. They have great blue plate specials. And, by the way, do you know that I sit there with like 6 generations of Tiger basketball players?
Wow.
Yeah, you got Hawkins, Jimmy Hawkins. You got Meach. You got Garber.
Larry Hoover.
Garber. No, Larry Garber. You got all kinds of like old people. And you know why I go there all the time? Because I'm the youngest dude. I'm like Connor. Is that his name?
That's right.
Connor! Congratulations. But I'll be at the half shell drinking a little bit in a couple minutes. But my question is, if you know Chastity or her number, I would appreciate you calling her and telling her to pick me up ASAP.
Maybe she's just listening, John.
You think so?
Maybe.
If you were my girlfriend, would you listen to me?
Why not? She's very supportive.
Yeah, she's pretty supportive.
John, I got some bets for you today.
I was thinking about the Mariners and the Padres, and I don't know if you know this, but I'm not going with Seaman. I just cannot take Seaman at all. I'm not a fan of Seaman. I don't want Seaman. I don't want it on my gambling card. I'm going to go for the Friars because I'm very religious, and I think I'm Catholic.
Fair enough. That's a good reason as any, John. I have 2 bets single, and then I'm going to parlay them with another bet. So
okay.
I like over 20.5 outs for Sandy Alcantara today.
Hold on. What?
Sandy Alcantara to record over 20.5 outs.
Sandy Alcantara, over 20 outs?
20.5 outs, which would be 6 and 2/3 innings.
That's, yes, 7 times 3, dude, is 21, homie.
That's right.
So
I'm betting on him to go 7 innings. At least.
Let me just tell you something, man. This guy always looks for an extension. I don't think Sandy's going to make it.
His last 10 starts have gone 7 innings or more.
And you know what happens after you do it 10 times in a row?
What?
You start taking a break.
Gotcha.
You're like to yourself, it's the middle of the season. It's July. It's hot.
All right, so you don't like that
it's
one.
It's the summer. We're
Another
going under.
one.
I'm going under. I'm just going opposite.
Oh, so you're going to go under that
I'm
one.
going under.
Good bet, John. My next one is going to be the Cardinals at the Braves, plus 120 money. I'm going to take that by itself. And then I'm going to parlay.
Wait. You're going to take the Cardinals against Ian Anderson, who is straight-ass trash?
I'm getting plus money, and the Cardinals got beat up last night.
They got beat up. They didn't just get beat up. They got dismembered.
Another way to say it, for sure. And then last but not least, John, I'm going to parlay the two of those with Julio Rodriguez to get a hit today for the Mariners. And that is plus 439 if you parlay those.
Is that all because me and Julio down by the schoolyard?
That's John, you nailed it.
So you've been playing that song all day up there with Connor.
I don't think I have.
Yes, you have. It was Pat Benatar. It was me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Paul Simon, I think.
Yeah, Paul Simon, whatever they call him.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, Simon, Paul Simon.
Art Garfunkel.
Gunk Funkel.
I'm your Paul Simon. I'm the Art Garfunkel to your Paul Simon, John.
I am number one. John Bon Jovi. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually the Roger Waters, David Gilmour. I'm also Project Pat.
Well, you know why that one was
Project
good?
Pat. Hey, by the way, Project Pat, 8-Ball MJG, Notorious B.I.G. Do you know what song they sang? It's all about that paper, baby. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Look it up. Don't touch the dial. Grind time is next. They might talk sports. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.